I just wanted to share that I'm astounded at the discussion right now because I went and looked up the classroom teachers when they said they were doing a good job and they had high percentages with Saxon math. Because if that's true, we should use it. But when I went to look, there was a great discrepancy. There were children really high, getting high scores, and there were many of our children, Spanish speakers, that were doing low. So when you add up the percentages were good. So even though Mrs. Rodriguez said that they were successful, she needs to go back and find out who's successful. English language learners are not successful under this program. I read the research, and the same research from Saxon that you will get with their advertising shows that our children, English language learners, do not do better at all with this program. So that's really the truth. Also, Dr. Sendeja's issue about pilot committee and math committee is totally erroneous. The committee, and I can tell you because they almost killed me, wanted to do the piloting. So most of the committee piloted. So the discrepancy and the fabrication that the committee decided was the pilot teachers, of course, because the committee members were the pilot teachers. That's incredible that that came up. Okay? So, here's my piece. I want you to understand the process. The math committee began with 2 teachers from each school who spent endless hours and thousands of dollars we spent to pay an added time for teachers after school. They listened to publishers' presentations, they reviewed materials, planning for piloting, and many discussions. Many teachers piloted their program for 8 weeks. We had a concern about getting materials, so we weren't able to meet our deadline. That's why we didn't get it to the board by April 1st. Finally, on March 20th, the pilot teachers and the committee members met for 3 hours for extensive discussion. I shared research, and after 3 hours, the vote was taken. It was 7-16 in favor of everyday math. There was much friction because 2 programs come from 2 different perspectives on how to teach our children. One is more direct, repetitive, remedial, and structured. That's Saxon. The other is much more diverse, focused on multiple strategies for English learners, plus strong on problem solving, plus still organized and structured. You should have heard the teachers with everyday math. It was very exciting to see how our English language learners could progress. The 7 who voted no on everyday math returned to their schools and complained to their principals. I was told that they didn't think there was sufficient discussion time. Never was there an issue about pilots and committee members. Never was that brought up, because it isn't true. To address their concerns, I organized a second meeting on March 26th for 4 hours of discussion. The vote at this meeting was 3-26. I don't know how much more powerful a decision that could be. There was never a vote for a split adoption in which today it's being considered. I'm surprised. The teachers who went to that meeting in October this year, some of them came to me and they said they don't know why it became a split adoption because they wanted everyday math. Again, at the last meeting, I asked, when we had gotten together on the 26th, I asked the 3 Saxon people if they wanted to bring up a split adoption vote. They stated they would go along with the majority, but it looks like they didn't. Furthermore, in 2007-2008, there was an adoption committee. And again, so this is the second time we've gone through an adoption committee in math. And the 2 people who headed that committee said everyday math was also preferred by those teachers. It is evident that multiple times our teachers have voted for everyday math as the best for LSL students. In my professional opinion, and lots of research, because I don't know who's looked at the research, but I've looked at it in detail, and I've looked at the classroom of Saxon students and teachers, and I do not see English language learners succeeding with Saxon. A split adoption would be very harmful for our students. They need consistency, they need focus, they need stability, and they need a flow of instruction from primary to intermediate. Also, with the split adoption, there would be minimum foundation for our 4th graders who already score the lowest in CST exams. So for goodness sakes, board, please listen to the teachers. They voiced their choice many times. Please select a program. Please select a college prep program for our children. And that's everyday math. And finally, please reject the split adoption. It is abominable for education of our children. Thank you.